and then we can just go ahead and get started.
Yep. You're ready.
With that, okay. All right. So again, the conversations that we've been having with Sam has been really, really good. He is like, I've been doing presentations with Sam, about him, for like two plus years, just talking about him and hyping him up on the calls and things of that nature. So to be able to just now sit down at a table and talk with him and get to know who he is as a person has just been, has been phenomenal. He's just a great guy. He's, he's very transparent. He has a heart for the community. He really wants to provide value-added solutions to the situation that we have at hand. And I am going to, allow him to give you more information around that. But again, I just want to preface for you, and to let you know that we're not looking to walk away with all of our questions answered, but at least you can kind of get it, at least you can know that, we haven't been forgotten about. It's the ball is not dropped. It's not over. We haven't been forgotten about. And Sam is going to come on, to show himself, to let you know, yeah, he's front and center. And, this is something that he's been pondering for months, in terms of, coming to a solution, really concerned about where we are as a community, and he appreciates very much the community that we have built. In fact, he's in awe at what we have built, so I'm gonna I have a dude right here. Where is he? I'm gonna bring Mr. Gobi here. And Gobi, I'm gonna add you to the spotlight here as well, Gobi. Gobi, this is the man right here, ladies and gentlemen. His name is Soma, and he's basically had been talking with Sam for the past few months. So when all you people think that the leaders are out there doing nothing and just, we've been out there advocating for the community. We've been out there kicking and screaming, letting everybody know in corporate who, what's been going on, how we've been feeling, how we've been impacted by this. I mean, people's lives have been, negatively and adversely impacted, and, and they know that, so we've been out there really advocating for the community. And this man right here, he's been the one that has developed a real strong relationship with Sam over the past, 2 or 3 months. So Gobi, why don't you just go ahead and just, introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are, and then we'll bring Sam on as well.
Hey, Tami, how are you doing, leaders? So hope you are good. Thanks a lot for inviting me. Tami, I'm sorry, suddenly something came today, a special occasion. So community, we celebrate, my little daughter, she became a big girl today.
Oh.
So our families comes this crazy thing, when that happens, 2 hours, all the families will be here and they do some kind of traditional stuff. So that's the reason I couldn't come back to you on time. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I knew you had something going on, so I just wanted to.
Sam actually,
I appreciate you coming on though.
He's like trusting you the way he's trusting me, or trusting some of the leaders. So leaders, I'm so glad to be here. I'll tell you what, you don't know me, but me and Tami, we built a great relationship during this time. Obviously, Sam, yes, what can I say? Sam is not like kind of a boss anymore. He's a great friend, very humble person, because we don't know about Sam before. But let me tell you something, guys. I'm a very ordinary person. I'm not working for Sam. People are just thinking, why Sam is here now? Even I had the same question. Sam came to my meeting today. I had about 36 top leaders, roughly around 30 people. They asked the same question. I told them Sam was looking for someone like Tami, because he couldn't trust anyone. He was looking for someone like Tami, Jackie, Gobi, and now he found the right road to come to you guys. Since February 2022, he was thinking, like, I need to reach the community, because there are so many other things. Why I'm saying all these things, Sam will talk to you guys more about it, but Sam doesn't have to come to us. More than anyone in this room, I know exactly what Sam doing. Trust me, one project is enough to feed all our hyper community. But what he's looking for, some kind of what can I say? It's like everyone have to be part of it, right? Leaders, Sam, and he's looking for some kind of solution from the corporate where he worked with. those people. He wants them to come and say, hey, come here, just stay with us. Let's do something for our community. If anybody thinks here, oh, why Sam is here now, because these are the questions always I'm receiving, he doesn't want to come out, and approach you guys for an opportunity. But his New Year resolution, he always talking to me. I just want to do something for the community, and I'm not looking for money or anything like that from them. So people might think in here, oh, why Sam is here? Another opportunity? We need to put money in there? No, it might be something else. He wanted to do something. Right? HyperVerse is totally separate. Whatever is going to come to our community, it will come. It all depends. You all understand what happened to FTX. Because this is all I understood recently, right? The market is really down. It's a crypto winter. You all know that. But what I'm talking about, guys, Sam is my good friend. That's all. I'm not working for him. He's just treating Tami and me as a great friends, and Jackie and some of the friends as good friends. So he thinks like I can trust at least 4 or 5 people, so where I can get some good mentorship. Right? I know he's not a networker. You all can be his mentors. I'm seriously telling you, he's not a networker. He is a proper business person. So Sam reveals so many stuff. You're not going to get everything today, but definitely eventually Tami will give you some great information, the genuine information, right? Whatever happens, the reason why Sam is here today, he just want to prove that I'm with you guys. I'm not going anywhere, regardless of whether you are joining with me with my new venture. We are not talking about just network marketing. No, trust me, because I know what he's doing. I have seen some of those projects. He doesn't need any people. He has got people out there. So the main thing is the one reason, as Tami said, he just want to say, leaders, I'm with you. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. So with that, everyone, I'm pretty sure Tami and Jackie, they are going to give you guys some amazing information in the near future. But today, it's all about our hero, Sam. So Tami, thank you so much for inviting me. I might not be in the meeting continuously, but again, thank you so much. You are such an amazing leader. Honestly, Tami, I learned a lot from you. 19 years in network marketing. Trust me, I'm learning something now. I feel like this is my first year. Honestly, and Jackie's different. I've seen her in a couple of meetings, core meetings and everything. She doesn't talk that much. Her face will say everything. I'm happy. I'm not happy. You can see her face and find out. Anyway, leaders, I'm so thankful and thank you so much for bringing me into this meeting. And all the very best, guys. Take care. Have a good evening.
Thanks, Gobi. Just say hi to Sam while you're here. I just want to say hi to you. So Sam, I'm going to bring you and add you to the spotlight, Sam. And here is Sam Lee, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Here's my 2 best friends now. Lately, it's been like just us hanging out, meeting. We've had like marathon meetings, ladies and gentlemen, like 3, 4, 5 hours. This is Sam in like 3 or 4 days in a row. Not just one day. This is just to let you know how much Sam is here for us. We've been having like these marathon meetings, on your behalf. So, Sam is here to let everybody know that, he's not going anywhere. He's looking to add value to our situation. And, he's just a great guy. Like I said, I've been talking about him and, putting his picture up on presentations for almost 3 years now. And to really get a chance to meet him and just to get to know his heart, it's like, wow. And you really realize that he is a man that doesn't think more of himself to be highly than he ought, and he's just like you and me. And he exemplifies that. He has a heart, of gold. He has a heart for the people, a heart for the community. And that's why he's stepping up. So Sam, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. And I know it's like your sleeping hours for you. So I feel bad waking you up in the middle of the night, but again, to show about your dedication and your loyalty and your commitment to us here in the community just says a whole lot. So thank you for coming, and thank you, Gobi, for making this connection. And I know you guys probably already saw each other or talked sometime throughout the day already, you and Gobi. So I know that Gobi has some other things going on in his household because he's celebrating. So Gobi, at any point you want to drop off, just feel free to do so. But Sam, thank you so much for coming on again. So, here, just let the community know who you are. And, yes, HyperTech Group, they've been seeing that name for a long time. And, you are behind it. And you can just kind of take it from there in terms of what you want to share with the community tonight.
Thank you, Tami, this is really an honor and pleasure to have an opportunity to be in front of everyone today. As Tami has highlighted, I'm not a networker. I came into this industry through Bitcoin back in 2010. I was lucky enough to have great mentors that allowed us to create the first regulation in this industry in 2014. And subsequently, after driving the outcomes, which were significant for this industry through free listed companies, we wound up realizing that network marketing is a much more better way of creating consensus and alignment of interests than what we see in the crypto world. Because the easy money in this space is gone. You know, no longer can you write a white paper and get some friends and family to invest and distribute that through the internet. No, this ecosystem requires a deeper level of engagement, and we see affiliate marketing as a key component to that. And that is why, you know, in 2019, we had initial conversations of taking this nascent industry, this very, very brand new industry, and bringing it into the affiliate marketing structure. However, as Tami mentioned, right, it's due to my lack of knowledge and experience that has led to this situation where the people I've trusted are not being transparent with me. And it takes time for these kind of situations to present itself. And it took also time for me to find someone like Obi that I could fully trust. I'm here to drive a solution because ultimately we as leaders, as well as what I have done in this industry up until this date, all need to collectively sit down and take responsibility for what's happened. And we need to look at the scenario holistically. I'm learning a lot from Tami, from Jackie, and to gain additional level of visibility that I previously have not ever thought was possible is a necessary first step. So in terms of where I want to take this ecosystem forward, that's a conversation that I want to park and talk about later. What I want to talk about now is how can we follow the money, you know, and find where the pieces are and connect them so that we could alleviate some of this confusion and mistrust that has been happening. Because just as I, as a technology expert, have been running HyperTech Group since 2016, you know, this affiliate marketing system that was really kicked off in 2020 has dwarfed our past achievements. And now we have such a vibrant and passionate community here to bring more people into this great industry. But until we resolve some of these hurdles, right, I'm not here to ask people to do anything, right? I'm just here to hear people out, to understand the situation in its entirety first, in order to better be able to deal with the people that I have been interacting with on my side to really get some answers. So, in a nutshell, we all need to take some responsibility for, the success and the failures in this ecosystem. And it takes time. It takes time for me to really work with you guys to follow the money, to find out where the assets are, and to deliver an outcome. So, if my presence is net positive, then I hope to work continuously with you guys, and hopefully this is a step in the right direction, Tami.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it is, Sam. I think, I'm getting some, a lot of direct messages and people are feeling like this is a step in the right direction. The fact for you to even come forth, is like really just allowing some people to exhale. There are some, a lot of questions, of course, that people still have, but, you have a lot of questions as well. And that's the point that we're trying to make here, is that you have questions, we have questions, and, this is what we're doing now to try to, get some answers so that we can come to an appropriate solution. So I think this is a good positive step in the right direction. And I'm seem like I'm getting some good feedback on that already. So Sam, if you don't mind, there's a couple of people that have some questions in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and field those to you, if that's okay.
Please.
So one of the questions that has come up a lot so far already is about who. And, of course, people are asking about the Who exchanges because as we were going through our presentations, this, Who was being presented as being one of the actual companies that belong to HyperVerse. But let me back up for a minute and just say something else. I want people to know also the present, because this came as a surprise to me when I started having a conversation with Sam, is that when we were doing HyperVerse, we were presenting Ryan, we were presenting Sam, and they were having some milestones that they were happening in their business. And Sam, you can probably speak to this a little bit as well, but I think it's important for people to understand is that what we were doing is that we were, and this is basically Sam's own words, he says, you were putting me on a false pedestal, because every milestone that he made in his personal business, it ended up on our slides as, whoa, we got this, we got that. So people need to understand that, there was a lot of embellishment that went on that, just kind of went on, and Who was one of them. That was one of the embellishments, So now people think that, Who was one of your companies, and perhaps you should know what happened to Who. So could you give them some updates on that?
Yeah. Let's just go down memory lane. Hyper as a brand, and think of it this way, right? We have, both really, really awesome people who have contributed and continue to contribute and build great outcomes inside the Hyper ecosystem. That's without a doubt. An example of which is HyperPay. Right. It is the custody solution for billions of dollars of assets in this industry. We've, through this custody solution, secure many, many exchanges' assets because, an exchange, when they go beyond 30, 40 assets that they secure themselves, they really need they really need a third-party solution to deal with additional assets because it involves, multiple layer one chains and many other, technical updates that happen to these layer one chains that, these exchanges need to individually keep up with. So, mid-tier exchanges rely on our solution to secure, the more exotic assets. The assets that aren't mainstream, but hopefully will be mainstream one day. So as a bedrock of this industry, we've done a lot of things. But again, we can't be the ones, I guess just because we're driving many things in this space, we're not the ones that are securing all the assets on such exchanges. So who unfortunately is another victim of just mismanagement. And we've seen this time and time again, exchanges that lack the regulatory or the compliance culture that is expected will tend to have an issue. And I say this time and time again, if it's not in your own wallet and you don't hold on to the private keys, then it isn't your asset. So many of you I know here understand that we were one of the earliest investors in Binance. We invested back in 2017. I'm a great advocate for the great work that they have done in this industry. But even I would not leave my assets on Binance, because when you leave it on these exchanges, they're not your assets. Excuse me. So we've seen this happen with FTX as well, as an example. The ability for them to commingle assets and to spend customer funds in corporate decisions that have no relationship to the customers is a huge risk. And that's why I've always been advocating that this industry needs more regulation before it can get larger. Because the reason why you could really trust the money you have in a bank is because these financial institutions are backed not only by the insurance companies, but also the structures and the checks and balances ensure that at minimum a certain balance is protected per customer. So this industry lacks a lot of checks and balances. And, I think one of the major checks and balances in this space is just the inability for me to identify the issues that have happened in Hyper on the affiliate marketing side until it was, I guess, a little bit too late. But the thing is, I needed to let this process play out because, unfortunately, that's what happens when you trust business partners that have been with you for so long. If I don't give them sufficient time to rectify everything with the community, then I'm not giving everyone a fair chance at receiving the outcome that they deserve. So, I've been very patient. Unfortunately, the patience hasn't paid off, and the issues that we're facing here is still outstanding. So, it's a tough decision, because I realize the amount of information I'm able to gather from just observing the community isn't going to be the same amount of information I'll be able to gather from, discussing with the community. This is why I'm here to open up the dialogue and to work with everyone here to find a solution that can help move us all forward.
So the questions that I'm getting, and this is the, reason why I didn't want to open up the chat just to have people coming and chatting in and even allow them to speak, because I know, people are angry. Their hurt, their trust has been, been defiled. And so, I understand that. And some of the questions and comments and things that I'm getting, just to answer some of the questions outright, we preface this meeting by letting you know that you're not going to walk away with the answer to questions. You're not going to walk away with a solution saying, what day you're going to get your refund, because that's coming to me now. It's like, what day are we going to get our refund? If that's all that you're here for, that's all that you're concerned about, then you can go ahead and leave the call and continue to wait, because we're still working this out. Sam is here to let everybody know that he's here. He's here to work with us through this, through to a solution. Prior to him coming forward, we had nothing. We kept on banging on corporate's door and getting no answers. So now here is Sam to help us with a solution as to, how we can make sure we can bring everybody back to a place of being whole. So we're still working through that. And as he's mentioned, because some people are asking questions, but they're not hearing what Sam is saying. He's telling you right here and outright that, that he's looking for answers as well. There were people that he trusted because he is not familiar with the network marketing or affiliate marketing arena. So therefore, he put people in place to be able to, to kind of oversee that for him, because that's not his area of expertise. Okay, so in doing that, then some things happen along with the market. We know also that the market, though, we're still in a bear market, so that also plays a big role in terms of what happened. When nobody's pointing the finger and saying, there was anything stolen or that, people were thieves. We're not saying that at all. Things happen. The market happened. Things just began to happen, and so here we are. But if you think about the things that have happened and what we've had to deal with, you can look at other platforms and opportunities that has just crashed and burned to this very day. Lots of them, tens and hundreds of them have crashed and burned, and they're gone, and people's money is lost. Not able to log back into their back office or do anything. But that's not the case here. I mean, that could have easily happened here. It could have easily happened here, but it didn't happen here. We're still here. You're still able to log into your back office for whatever that's worth. And then now here we have, the CEO of HyperTech Group, here ready to help us come to a solution. So if you want to ask me questions about, I don't want to hear anything except when we're going to get our money back, then this is not the call for you. Go back and sit and continue to wait, because we will come to a resolution. Okay, we will come to a resolution, because that's why Sam is here. That's why we have come together in groups with other leaders, to bring him here. That's why we're having marathon long meetings and conversations, because this is what we're hashing out. And this still needs to be hashed out. So if you're one of those people that want to get off this call to say, okay, well, you know what, on January so-and-so, you're going to be able to hit a button in HyperVerse and get a withdrawal and get your money. That's not going to happen. Okay, that's not going to happen. What we need here is time. We need time to continue figuring out where things are, how things, are the current affairs of how things are, and how are we going to be able to bring people back to a place of wholeness. And Sam is here to add value and help us facilitate that. Okay. And so that's basically his situation. That's what he's here for. All right. So I think this is a great first step with him even being here. And people are asking about HyperCosmos. What is HyperCosmos? Well, HyperNation is a great platform, and Sam agrees with that. But we all know that HyperCosmos was not the answer. So if you're doing HyperCosmos isn't the answer for recovery. And I think, we all can agree with that. As far as leaders are concerned, we all can agree with that. And Sam agrees with that as well. He's good with HyperNation, but HyperCosmos is like, what's up with that? So let me see if I have any other questions here that would be more appropriate questions that can be answered, as opposed to Sam repeating himself, in that manner.
Most of the questions I'm getting, they're just the same about withdrawals. Someone wants to know which exchange Sam recommend? I mean, that's secured. I mean, it's impossible for him to say that. We live in all different countries. He just can't. You guys just have, and he said that actually. What he just said was, for you guys, if you keep your assets on an exchange, okay, it's really not yours. And we all know that it's not yours until it's either in your pocket or on your cold wallet or wherever. That's what he's trying to tell you guys. So no, it would be wrong for him to tell you which exchange is secured.
Okay. So I don't know who this is. iPhone, you haven't had a chance to make a withdrawal. What's being done with regards to that? Well, that's the main issue. That's the issue. So everything that we're talking about here is regarding people that haven't been able to make a withdrawal. We don't really care about those that got their 1 times, their 10 times, their 100 times. We're not concerned with that. We're only concerned about the people that were not able to make a withdrawal. So you're in that category. So everything that we're talking about here tonight, in terms of coming up with a solution, that is what's being hashed out. All right. So if we had a solution for that, then we would be bringing you on this call to say, there's a solution for it. Let's do this, that, and the other thing. So we don't have that solution. And I think this is a fair question. What is your involvement, Sam, with Hyper Nation? I think you knew that one was going to come up.
So I feel that people need to understand that I don't think I'm getting the full amount of transparency needed for me to make good decisions anymore from the people who are running the affiliate marketing side of Hyper. So, if there was a solution, if the team at corporate have delivered, then I don't actually have to be involved and be thrown into the deep end in front of everyone here, doing something that I have a lack of experience doing. So unfortunately we're out of time. I'm out of patience, and I'm not getting the level of visibility I need to make decisions. And that is why I feel that these calls are necessary. I hope that everybody understands that because I'm here now means that I'm here until the problem is solved. And now, how that is solved is not something I have visibility to. And that is why asking for a date and how, this is going to look like is not something I'm able to provide, because believe me, this is, a journey that I've only just begun. Once I know there are good people here to help guide me through through understanding this industry and understanding the issues that is being faced, then I'm able to make better decisions. But until I can make the best decisions, I'm just here to continue being here to learn and to understand, so that I'm in a better position to help. Outside of this affiliate marketing structure, that's where my core strength lies. I've been one of the first people to deal with regulators in the space and have contributed to technical improvement in this industry, as well as the standards for blockchain, because as you know, the ISO standards are actually led by Australia through Standards Australia, and we were one of the early companies to support that process. So Technology and regulation is where I shine. Through regulation, I was able to learn enough about the capital markets to help grow outcomes through traditional capital markets, and we all understand that that is a much more heavily regulated ecosystem, and having been on free listed companies, I was able to learn and be in a position to understand the compliance culture necessary to build multi-billion-dollar companies. But compliance culture is something that needs to be built from the ground up. And what I'm hoping to do here is begin the process of rebuilding trust by first being in a position to learn and understand what's going on. I know there's a lot of money that is unaccounted for, and I'm not getting the answers and transparency I need from my team. So that's why I'm here, to expand that team and involve the people who are, of course, victims in the recovery process as well.
Yeah. So, with I don't know what other questions you're getting, Jackie. So, Sam, I got quite a few people expressing thanks and appreciating you coming on tonight. Think that you're very, very courageous for stepping up and being here tonight. And yes, this is the real Sam Lee. Tell him it's really you, Sam.
Yeah. I've gained a little weight, but that can't be helped. COVID has, kept us locked up for a little bit. So,
I have a question here, Sam, and I know you already, you did address this, but I will still read it for you. It says, the person is asking if you have the authority to get the funds back. Okay, because I guess you must have said that he said he's going to trace the funds. What does that mean?
Well, everything, is on a blockchain. So, when money is sent and received, it all goes through the corresponding wallets. Now, I understand that it's going to take time, but the thing that gives me hope is if we were doing all this through traditional banking transactions, and banks have privacy protection laws, etc., and it needs to be in a certain degree of, legal pressure before banks are able and willing to hand over these kind of records, right? But the key advantage that we have, having witnessed all of this being built on blockchain technology, is there is that ability to just go on the Explorer and see where the funds are and where the funds are being sent and received from and into. So it's a start. It'll take time, but I feel that there is hope. And that is why, Tami has been doing back-to-back 3-4 hour calls with me every single day, because, this is a forensic investigation process, because I'm not getting the answers from the people that I trust. And I still, unfortunately, have to continue trusting them, because, this is still an ongoing journey, right? And nothing stopped. It's just, I feel that, we're all buying time and waiting for the market to recover before there's a solution for everyone here. And, for me, I've given them all of 2022 and, that's enough time. I just feel like this is not a solution to allow the community to wait indefinitely.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yeah.
So, that what Sam just said there in his last couple of statements and comments that he made just now answered about 90% of the questions that are coming to me now. A lot of you you're here, you're on this call, and all you have on your mind is one thing. And you didn't hear me when I prefaced this call. You don't hear Sam when he's talking. He's answering questions, and you're still asking the same questions. Like, you're asking the questions. And so for me to go ahead and ask him that question that you're putting here in the chat, he's just going to be repeating himself because you're not listening. So let me just kind of make it so that you can hear and be clear. Okay. Sam needs transparency in terms of the situation that happened with HyperVerse. He still doesn't have that. Okay. He's, his role in HyperVerse was one where he left it in the hands of others, business partners that he trusted. Okay. So as a result of that, and he needed to do that because of his expertise or the lack thereof in the area of network marketing. Okay, he said that in the beginning. He is not an expert in network marketing. He's not an expert in affiliate marketing and putting this community together. That's really what it is. It required network marketing expertise to put this together. So it never really was designed in his mind to be a network marketing endeavor. But obviously, that's what it turned out to be because that's that's kind of, what got the community to be what it is today. But again, not being his area of expertise, he left us in the hand with other business partners. Okay. And then he comes back to find, a disaster. So now he is looking for information. He's looking for information for a lot of things. Now, obviously, there's some other things, even though Sam is here to be transparent, even though he is here to answer your questions. There's certain things still that's very, very sensitive that, of course, we can't just divulge out, in an open community. You all ought to know that, so, transparency is there, but at the same time, we have to be wise in terms of what we share and what comes out. So, as far as the resolution, that's why he's here. He's here because we're looking for a resolution, and we will have one. We've already hashed out several ideas already. So we're looking to come up with something that we know is going to be, favorable to the overall community. I can probably bet this, Sam, that whatever we come up with is probably not going to be, an appropriate answer for everyone because everybody is looking for different things. And, we're not going to be able to please every single person, but we're going to do our best to make sure that everybody is made whole. That's the whole goal here, is to make sure that people are made whole that never was able to get anything off of this platform. That's the objective. And we're going to get to that. But again, we don't have those answers just yet. We're still researching and trying to find answers.
Here is one for you, Sam. I think I like this question. What are you expecting from the community, and what can the community do to help?
Good question.
Well, I'd like to highlight that making money in the blockchain space is not hard. We're in a really exciting era where anyone with a laptop or a phone can issue a new form of value and broaden this value by reaching a consensus with a decentralized group of people across the internet. It is mind-blowing to see how much wealth this industry has created for the people in a very short space of time. And you know, I was born in Sydney, Australia, and grew up, did all my education in Melbourne. And people know Australia is the arse end of the world. You know, it's literally at least 6 hours flight away from any other country because it's just so far, right? So for me to have an opportunity to be front and center with regulators from over 55 countries, you know, over the last 12 years, is because this technology really is something that is ever evolving and requires subject matter experts that I was able to become to continue to push outcomes for the broader industry. And I always say that regulation needs to come before innovation, right, in this space, because we're dealing with people's, we're dealing with people's assets. We're not just dealing with information. If for example, Walmart gets hacked, great. Millions of customer records are now floating around the internet. But no one lost any real money. It's just, their personal information got leaked, That's not the end of the world, right? But in this space, an exchange gets hacked and millions of customers all of a sudden, see their funds go to zero. The stakes are much higher. So regulation in this space must come before innovation. But unfortunately, regulators are always willing to deal with issues after they happen. There is no preemptive method for regulators to push the button and really deal with the issues until after it happens. So, what we are on is the bleeding edge of this industry. And that's how, we're able to create something as big and as quickly as, a Hyper. And I believe there's a lot of value that we can still continue to create. But we just all need to understand where we are in the industry and build something that actually has a real business. So if we were to do anything together as a community moving forward, I will practice radical transparency and give everybody visibility on how we're all together benefiting from building a real business. And a real business needs to have customers, revenue, and profit. So that kind of outcome allows for institutional capital to participate, and that capital that comes in is not from the community. Let's not forget, companies such as Uber still lose money to this day. Their quarterly losses are over $500 million.
Wow.
But why do they still exist? It's because they're gaining market share. And, I understand now the market conditions are different. The easy money in the blockchain space is not there anymore. But that is why we need to build real businesses on top of blockchain technology. I feel that is how we weather the storm and continue building something that grows in value regardless of the conditions in this industry.
So I have a question that someone's asking, is this going to be the only time that Sam is going to appear? Will there be other meetings and other updates?
Well, that's up to you, Tami.
So the answer is an emphatic yes, absolutely. And I know, and Sam and I talked about this even before. He wants to be here. He wants to do these meetings. Okay. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning for him, guys. Okay. He was up for this call at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was on a meeting last night, 3 o'clock in the morning. So he wants to do these calls. He wants to hear from you. He'll even take all the poison that you want to throw at him, because trust me, the leaders have already thrown poison at him, and he's still here. He's not going anywhere because he wants to fix this. Okay. He's not trying to run and hide. He's trying to let us know that. So, I mean, if Sam had it his way, I would, he would say, go ahead and unmute them. Let him loose, because he's not trying to run and hide. He wants you to know that he's here for you. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to, let everybody unmute and just kind of hurl things at him. I'm not going to do that. But, he understands. He knows what's happening. He knows what's going on. He empathizes with the fact that some people have their life savings in this. He empathizes with the fact that people did crazy things like go take out a bank loan and dumped it in here. He knows that people did things like, deposit their life savings in it. They went and put their whole pension in there. They put their house up for sale and they took the food from the baby and they did all that stuff to get into HyperVerse, all the things that I started my calls with saying don't do, everybody did, and also with that being said as well, not only did they put their life savings in and put a whole bunch of money in it, and and made their risk bigger, they didn't take anything out. They wanted to rebuy because they kept seeing their pending rewards grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. So let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, that's called greed. Okay, because you kept seeing, all you were thinking about is, oh, I want this to be $100,000. Oh, I want to get it up to $200,000. And that's okay. But if you have the proper business sense, you're supposed to always think about where your seed is and mitigating your risks. That's how you do anything. But I'm not here to throw that at you. What's done is done. The fact still remains is that money is out there and you want it back. And that's why Sam is here. Okay. At the end of the day, that's why he's here, to come up with a resolution. So yeah, he'll be here and he'll be sharing more information. In fact, some other people, this is supposed to be, just our teams that's on this call tonight, but some other leaders throughout the community will be having Sam on their calls as well. Okay, he's here for the long haul. He's here until we get it done. Right, Sam? Till we get it done.
Of course. I hope I'm adding value, and that's why I'm on this call. And hopefully other leaders see that as well and would invite me onto their call as well, right? I want to reach as many people out there and reassure them that, I am wanting to work on a solution. And even if the solution has nothing to do with network marketing, if the outcome is the same and people are getting something back, that's still a great outcome.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, that's what we all want. So all you people that are putting these things in the chat, you can go ahead and go to your reactions and let me know if we're at least on the same page with that. Go down to your reactions and give me a thumbs up if you all think that we're here for the same thing, and that's for everybody to be made whole. Is everybody here for that same reason? Is that the same outcome we're all looking for? Go to the reactions and give me a thumbs up. Please go ahead and do that. You know what the reactions are. Go ahead and do that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's what we're here for. And that's what we're going to end up making happen, is to bring people to a place where they are made whole. Now, there may be people on the call that got back there one time, then they got there 10 times. We're not concerned about you. Okay. I don't mean to be mean and nasty, but we're concerned about those that didn't get anything out of their account. And that's what we're going to do. And as Sam mentioned, we don't know exactly the road that we're going to go down and the path that we're going to use to make this happen. But trust me, we're all over it. We're going to come up with a resolution that is going to be favorable, and we're going to fulfill the objective. And what's the objective? To make people whole. That's the objective, is to bring people to a place to make them whole. Now, also, if you everybody wants to know what's happening with Sam and what's his involvement with HyperNation. Another question that keep coming up. So, as Sam mentioned, he even would like to have some more transparent, but he doesn't have anything. HyperNation is a platform that he really is not involved with directly. So the answer to that question is no. He is not directly involved with HyperNation. He knows about HyperNation. Okay, he's familiar with it, and he's not saying that it's a bad platform. So if you really want to start being made whole, jump on the HyperNation. People are getting their funds back on HyperNation while you are waiting for the one times to come back. You can go over to HyperNation, buy a package in HyperNation, begin to, get your seed from doing that, and then begin to start doing withdrawals and, getting back some of what you have left on HyperVerse while you're waiting. That can happen as well. You may not be willing to do that, but it's an answer that you can also look to while we're still working things out with regards to getting this one times back.
Sam, I have a question for you regarding HVT. Someone is asking for your opinion on that.
What about it?
Well, they want to know. Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry. What exactly?
I guess they want to know if it will ever be revived. According to them, it's pretty much worthless. What's your opinion on that?
Look, I've been promised by my team that I trusted that everything will be fixed, middle of 2022. We're now 6 months beyond that point, and all these issues, when we're talking about HVT and other things are all interrelated issues, right? And where I stand is I'm just here to observe and here to learn, right? Because I cannot make any good decisions or give any good advice until I know what's going on, right? And it is a process that I would like everybody to be patient with, because I do believe in the power of what you guys have done in network marketing. And I also do believe in the expertise that I bring to the table, which of course doesn't seem to have anything to do with network marketing, but still requires a massive community. Binance as an exchange would not be where it is today, sitting on $60+ billion of liquid assets and a $3 billion per quarter profit level if it wasn't for users. So how do we bring the two together? How do we allow people to be rewarded in more ways than one, and share the upside as we build businesses in a transparent fashion back to the community? That requires, some material contracts that I'll only be comfortable getting my legal team to draft up once I understand how that can actually benefit the community. Because there's no point in, being in this industry for this long, it's not like I'm here to make more money, right? I was here when all the easy money in this industry was available. So it's not about that anymore. It's about how do we share the upside and our expertise with everyone so that they're able to create value as well. And now I'm sure there's the a different structure for different groups of people in this community because there's such a large community. But, you know, that structure from where I stand, I first need to understand a little bit better what the community can contribute before beginning the process of planning that out. The last thing I want is to get everybody to do something and, you know, it's a terrible outcome. And this time, you know, if we are to do anything, you know, I'm right there with everybody on the front line to grow this together and also to deal with any issues as they come up, because there will always be issues. And as long as I'm close to the ground, we'll be able to roughly all move in the right direction, the same direction. And that's what was lacking in the past.
Thank you. Someone is asking for a deadline, which is amazing because this is our first meeting live with everyone. They're asking for a deadline. Okay.
I have a question about HyperPay. Could you give some people, they're wondering is HyperPay stable? Will HyperPay do a who kind of thing? Or are they going to still be around? Is it a viable exchange, you know, that people can still continue to use and not have to worry about it disappearing?
Yeah, that runs our custody solution. So, you know, many exchanges rely on that to custody some of the more exotic assets. And there's, you know, a lot of other technology in the Hyper stack that I'm more than happy to introduce, you know, to the community. But that needs to be done in a way where, you know, we have you know, a target group of clients as well as the relevant non-disclosure agreements signed. So, you know, I think that will come in due time once I understand how the community can benefit from our technology stack.
So, sure. Let's see. So people are wondering if they should continue to do their rebuys.
I have not gotten transparent and good answers from management, right? So it's your assets, it's your decision, right? I'm not here to make those decisions on your behalf. I'm chairman of HyperTech Group, which is a technology company, and we've done great things in this market. And, you know, because of what has happened here, this ecosystem has really outgrown and become something that, you know, I'm now needing to step into and get additional level of visibility so that I can, in the future, help guide this community towards the right decision. But right now, until I have a handle on things, you know, I don't have any answers.
Forward. Hector has an interesting question here. He's like, Hector, you got to, you know, hit me up directly on that one, and we can talk. Hector and Carolina. Okay, so I think got the questions. Okay, so Alexander is people were still transferring stuff over to HyperCosmos, and like I said in the beginning, HyperCosmos is a non-entity here. If you're doing anything with HyperCosmos, I don't think you're gonna, get much out of it. It's just not. It's not a recovery plan as far as I'm concerned. I'd like to stand and know that.
Just Tami, just to let everyone know, this meeting is not recorded. It will not be on Facebook or anywhere. Okay.
I'll just read this out. I would like for Sam to know that the language being used by corporate to drum up and support for HyperNation is very cultish to anyone in the West, and it raises huge red flags for me. I've been in multi-level marketing since the mid-90s, and it's hard for me to imagine attracting anyone right now since we are having so much about pledging allegiance and having security forefront, etc. So, Joyce, that's pretty interesting. I think, I don't think Sam has a lot of information that he can add to exactly what HyperNation is doing, because his answer to that continues to be about the transparency that's not there. So I don't think he can contribute to that. But everybody has their different views in terms of how they feel about HyperNation. Mr. H, the masks and all that. Everybody has their feel and their view about it. And that's yours, and it's a legitimate one. And so with that, you can decide whether you want to be involved or not. But I think what HyperNation is really trying to do is trying to make it so that people can have a universal base income and be able to, have something that they can use every month. And, if you listen to them, that's where you're going to get your perspective in terms of what they're trying to do. So I don't think Sam has any feedback on that. Right, Sam? You don't have any feedback on the cultishness of HyperNation.
Yeah. And, I'm trying to go the other way right now by giving everyone transparency. So, my objective is always to work with regulation and improve upon this ecosystem that we've all gotten ourselves involved in. There are people out there who would, enjoy being part of, a Fight Club-esque kind of opportunity. But, look, I believe, given the situation we're in and the large community that still is looking for the 1X, the way for us to deliver on that is to be transparent, right? Because once we're transparent, we're able to share this with the traditional markets and say, look, there is a really big community here that can be a part of something great. All they need is to be looked after on the other side.
Exactly. Okay, so it looks like we're still getting some of the same questions there. A lot of accolades as well to you, Sam. People are still expressing their appreciation for you being here. And, Sam will be coming back. So we've gone, almost a little over an hour. We got started late. So we're, it's a little bit over an hour now. And it looks like some of the questions that are coming up are still redundant. Some people that may have gotten on late. So if you will have a question, and so you need to put it in the chat, okay, so that I can answer your question there. I'm not going to answer raised hands. So if you can go ahead and pop your question in the chat, we can address it.
And just a reminder that this meeting is really not about hypernations. So the questions on hypernations and packages and all that will not be answered.
Okay, we will, there will be a resolution. Okay, so people are questioning, what is this all for? Why are we here? There will be a resolution. Okay, if all we need for you to do at this very point in time and to walk away with this call is just to know that. We don't know what the resolution is going to be, if it's going to be just the one times or going to be more. Sam is here to add value. He if you want to know what we're talking about in the meetings, he wants to give you your one times and more. He wants to just go all out. These are the ideas that he's coming up with. But again, we don't have any answers just yet. We're still hashing it out. And you guys need to walk away from this meeting. Just know that we're here to do just that. And all we're asking for right now is just your patience. Okay, now that the man is here, he's here. We're here having meetings to collaborate and come up with a resolution. It's not just me and Jackie. It's we have more than 60 or 70 other leaders throughout the community that are getting together and meeting. We've already been meeting. Okay, it hasn't just been meetings with me and Sam and Gobi and Jackie. There's been meetings with up to 65, 70 other leaders throughout the community. So some of your leaders, most of you guys that are here are from our teams. But if you're here from another team, then your leaders are probably meeting with Sam as well. We're all kind of brainstorming to come to a resolution for this. But it's going to be time. Do we have a date and time? Someone wants to know, okay, what's the date? No, we don't have a date. But rest assured that as we're progressing along, now that Sam is here, he showed up, he's letting you know that he's here and that we're working on things. We may come back in another 2 weeks and say, this is the direction that we're going in, or we may need to do this. We don't know yet. We're still kind of pulling all the information together. We're doing information gathering right now. Sam is here to get information from us, just like we're here to get information from him. That's what this is all about. We're information sharing, and we're also sharing information to come up with a resolution. So the next call may see, this is what we come up with. Will that next call be tomorrow? Probably not. Will it be next week? Probably not. Will it be in 2 weeks? It probably won't even be in 2 weeks, but we are working on it. Just like I said, we've had marathon meetings over the past week, sitting in calls, one spot for 5 hours, and hashing this out. We've been hashing it out in big groups. We've been hashing it out in small groups. So that's really all we can say right now. As far as answering your question as to when, how much, how long, those are questions we don't have answers to right now, but we'll be continuing to come back and having these meetings, and we'll be answering more and more of those questions as time goes on. So if you guys can just bear with us, and work with us, okay? Work with us. So I'm not the one that say, yes, I can guarantee anything, but if I had to speak from my own perspective about this, you will be made whole. There will be a resolution, so that should answer the question that several are asking, that, well, will we end up getting our money back in the end? That's why we're here. That's what this is all about. It's all about making you whole. Okay. That's what this is all about. Okay. It's not going to be next week, so apologize for that. Questions there, Jackie?
Well, two things. Sam and someone wants to say thank you for the investment opportunity. So that's really sweet. So thank you. However, someone else wants to know how they can learn from your expertise. What can you do with them together? That's what he's doing. That's why he's here. Right?
Well, the objective for me, again, is for more information I'm able to gather from leadership, the more I'm able to pressure corporate to be transparent and deal with the issues at hand. So that's a process, because right now, for the last 2 years, they have been saying to me, people that I trust and I still continue to trust, and they have been saying to me, Sam, this is not your realm of expertise. Run the technology, and everything will be sorted, right? So my objective really is to gather the information I need in order to apply the necessary pressure so that they are in a position to accelerate returning the funds, because that's a promise that they have made, right? They have made, and you know what? Promises need to be fulfilled, and I'm here to apply that pressure once I know what I'm doing. Right now, I'm still in the process of learning, so be patient with me. In terms of what else we could do, that is outside of the realm of affiliate marketing and this community. I'm sure there's many things, but the thing is, right? We need to figure out a model that benefits everyone here, or else, even if we successfully get corporate to return the 1x, that's not what everybody's here for. Everybody's here to make money. Everybody's here to get more than 1x. So my objective is to, after understanding enough about what you guys know already for decades, my job is to see how I'm able to build a real business with real revenues, real customers, and real profit that is directly benefited from a community. And I'll do it in a transparent manner and have the opportunity and the outcome compartmentized. What that means is we're not going to ever be in a situation again where you guys think you're benefiting from some minor achievement that I have accomplished in 2015, right? That has nothing to do with, a hyper. It was before its time, but somehow it made it into the deck. And people have been using it to, of course, drum up membership and sales, right? I believe if we are building something in a transparent manner, we'll be able to grow the community even faster. So once I understand a little bit more about the space, I'm sure that's something that we could all work on together and build together. And I'm guided by Tami, Jackie, and other great leaders that I have met with over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So just like how everybody here is in safe hands because they know and trust the leaders, I feel I'm also in safe hands, knowing that, leaders also have my best intention at heart, because they understand that I'm able to create a tremendous amount of value once I understand how to unlock the value of this community.
Wonderful, wonderful. Someone said, thank you, Sam. You're so giving of yourself and labor. And we've seen that all week. It's like unbelievable. I don't know how you do it. I don't think they realize how it's good morning there for you now, right? So you haven't slept yet.
No, it's okay. There's plenty of, and this is something I picked up from my granddad. We usually take a 45-minute nap in the middle of the day. So, that actually means overall in a day you could still be productive on 5 hours of sleep.
Sure. All right.
Really? Okay.
Okay, I think I'm good over here, Tami. I'm not going to answer the questions and withdrawals again because we've gone over that.
Yeah. There are people here that want to not have themselves be identified, but they want to send me these chats that are being disrespectful. So I will be removing you now. That is something that I am not going to be tolerating. You're not going to address me in a disrespectful manner because I don't have to be here and neither does Sam. So if there can at least, if you don't have any appreciation, that's one thing. But to have disrespect is another. And that's that I won't tolerate. So you can forget about that. Are the leaders still getting their checks? I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? Let me see. I was trying to find Huck's question because he asked me a question. I asked you to type in the chat, but I don't see it. Did you leave? Oh, here you are. Ezel, I don't see your question. Does it keep rolling up? I asked you to put your hand down and ask your question in the chat, but I don't see your question. So I want to let Sam go before I can get it answered. If you did ask a question, would you go ahead and pop it in the chat for me again? I'm scrolling and I don't see your question. Maybe you didn't ask it. Oh, here it is. Okay, Ezel is asking, what is the technical challenges moving forward for HyperTech Group? Thank you, Sam, for making the space to be here. So, I'll let Sam elaborate, but he's been saying that, transparency, he needs transparency on the corporate side so that he can, that's the challenge that he's actually having. But Sam, you can further answer that. He said, are there any technical challenges for HyperTech Group?
No, not on this issue. Transparency is what we need. Technology actually is quite simple. Satoshi created the first blockchain, which is the Bitcoin blockchain, and because of how cryptography is based on maths and how it has made a immutable ledger that is predictably releasing the Bitcoins as rewards for those who secure the network through Bitcoin mining. This entire tokenomics means that once you release this into the wild, it just keeps running, So the great thing about blockchain technology is if done right, the system becomes self-healing. This immutable, unhackable platform can no doubt change the lives of many. We just need to do it in the right way, where the people that are participating in these systems are not being misled and have also got enough knowledge to be safe as well. So, it's all fine and good to leave some assets on centralized platforms, but I've seen time and time again, unfortunately, because of how massively these assets appreciated value, what they leave on, for example, some exchange might be a couple of $100. That turns into a couple $100,000, and they still don't take it out of the exchange. And, then there are issues. So, unless you hold on to the private keys, the asset is not your asset. So, I would just like for everybody to understand that this is still a very new industry. And if there's anything that happens, right, unfortunately, regulators as well as authorities aren't in a position to keep you safe. So we need to understand and recognize the shortcomings of this space and play it safe. I know, just like Tami said earlier, many people won't listen to that, but, it's all a part of growing up, I guess.
Yes, it is. So, Devon, you have your hand raised. We're not unmuting. If you have a question, please pop it in the chat.
I also want to just mention that I once upon a time, back in 2012, accidentally transferred 200 Bitcoins into the wrong address.
Whoa.
It's an address that I don't even have the private keys for. And, that happens all the time, back in the early days, because we were all experimenting with the technology back then. We all did not know what we were doing. But of course, after making that mistake, I bought back the 200 Bitcoins, and then, of course, as the industry grew, I grew with it. So, just small things like this. I really feel that what we've done is provided the opportunity for a large group of people to learn about blockchain technology. But, how do we also go beyond just learning and having everybody create, a win-win outcome? That is something that I need to also figure out and learn as well, because this is my second week after doing all these meetings with the nodes, right, answering some tough questions. And I think, I think there's still a lot to unravel. And once we get to the bottom of a couple of things, I think there will be a light at the end of the tunnel, a good outcome for everyone here.
Exactly.
I've lost 200 Bitcoins so that you guys don't have to.
Somebody had to do it.
Yeah.
So I have a question here. Why is Sam still trusting the people he says are not being transparent with him? I guess that's the problem, that he's not trusting them, but the transparency is still needed. And that's why he's here, because he's still searching for information from the people that are not being transparent. So you can elaborate further on that, Sam. I think you've answered that already a couple of times.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, transparency works both ways, right? If I know very little about, what this, what is going on here, then I'm not able to ask the right question and apply the right pressure to get the outcome that you guys are looking for. So it's it's very easy to, fool someone who's a technical guy in a sales role, because I know very little about sales. So that is why it took me a long time for me to actually open myself up to Tami, and trust, few people in leadership to give it to me straight.
Mm-hmm. And that's unfortunate, because, while you provided the systems and all the things on the technical end, and you put your expertise in that area, and then you're trusting other people that know the affiliate side, which you know nothing about. And then, now you're faced with this situation. It's like really, kind of sad actually that we just have the technical side showing up and everyone else is not showing up. But, again, we're not here to throw stones because, the market is still down, and that plays a big role in it as well. Now, Sam, would you say that the market plays a big role in terms of why we are where we are and why, the so-called corporate has not stepped up and done anything? Do you think the market has anything to do with it?
Oh, massively. I feel that, the market being where it is something that caught us all by surprise. But we also need to realize that a good business is not dependent on market conditions. A good business will be able to make profit in a bull cycle as well as in a bear cycle, and therefore be able to look after its shareholders. Now, I understand that, what was created here is not akin to a traditional corporate entity, but, what I want to be able to achieve moving forward is ensure that if we are to do anything moving forward together, that we apply good business practice, so that, I won't be in a position to ever give you the excuse, oh, sorry, it didn't work out because of a market.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's an excellent answer. So the answer is yes, the market did have something to do with it. And we have to basically keep that in mind for anything else that we get involved in, something that's not going to be affected by the market. So what does Sam think about hypercosmos? I think he's answered this one a couple of times already, and this all goes around transparency. I don't think he has any thoughts on hypercosmos. Okay, going forward.
I think what happened, many people came on the call late. That's why they missed it. So same thing about who. Questions keep coming up.
Yeah.
Someone said, just want to thank you, Sam, for providing the opportunity for learning about crypto. What I have learned about crypto and the digital, it just moved, technology. Oops. Sorry, it just moved. Or at least, I guess they have learned how to make withdrawals of their capital. Okay.
Yeah, this question is keep popping up, and you keep, Edir, whatever your name is, however you pronounce it, you keep asking the same question, and you're doing a back-to-back, in my chat here directly to me. And this question has been answered from the very start of this conversation till now. So if you didn't pick it up by now to answer this question, I guess it's not going to get answered for you tonight. It's the same question you keep asking that Sam keeps answering.
Yeah, I have the same twice.
We're adults here, people. We're all grown up. Just listen. Listen with a, I know everybody's like, kind of messed up because of what happened. All you can think about is just getting a refund. And that's the only answer you want. But like I said, I started this call up telling you, we're here to research what that answer, what that resolution is going to be. We're not here to give you that answer. Sam is not here to give you that answer. He's here to add value so that we can find a resolution that will be a great resolution for everyone, And even though, we're looking for this, Sam has in mind of giving back more than the one time. It's not just the one time. He's looking to give us something solid, more than the one time. So as time goes on, we will be bringing more information that's more directed toward where we want to go. Okay, so hopefully everybody is hearing me, okay, because we've been saying this throughout the call. Hopefully you are hearing me, okay? We are meeting as leaders, large group of leaders, smaller groups of leaders, to work out what the resolution is going to be. And as soon as we have even the inkling of where we think we might be ready to go into a direction, we will be communicating with you. This is not the last time you're going to see Sam. This is not the last time you're going to hear from Sam. This is not the last time that you're going to be getting information from your leaders with regards to what's going on. But, stay plugged in, keep your ear to the ground. It's been this long. And, if Sam was not here, we will be still waiting. We will be still waiting for something, but we have him here, and now the journey begins. Now the journey begins. I know we've come a long way already. We've already journeyed a long way already. Hurt, pain, sorrow, loss, the whole thing. We've been down that road. Okay, I'm feeling it as well. I got family and friends in this platform just like you do and Jackie does too, that has major losses, relationships, severed or either hurt, so we're all dealing with that. I'm dealing with that too. Trust me. But that's the journey that we've been on. So since Sam has been here the past 2 weeks and we've been talking to him, now the journey that we're on has taken a turn. Okay. We're not continuing to go down the same road that we've been going down, where we're kicking and screaming and threatening corporate and, we're not doing that anymore. Now we're going down the road to transparency. We're going down the road to getting some answers to Sam that he needs. Now we're going down the road to finding a resolution. How is that resolution going to roll out? What is it going to mean? Those are all the answers that we're here to gather. Okay. Somebody's asking, well, I thought Sam came here to tell us, when we're going to get. No, he didn't come here to tell you what day you can hit the withdrawal button. He didn't come here to tell you that. He came here to tell you that he's here. He's here to help. That's why he is here. All right. So the reason why I keep saying this is because it's going to be really important for you guys to really, be with us in that space. You need to be with us in that space where you understand that the journey has shifted. It's not going to be what it has been. The journey has, from this day forward, has shifted to the point where we're going to be on a journey toward a resolution. Okay. Before we weren't on that journey, everybody had all these questions about when are we going to be able to do this? And when are we going to do this? And corporate said that we're going to be able to do this, all that. And no one had any answers. Okay. Then HyperCosmos come down and good. HyperCosmos is out. Let's just all take all of our HUs and dump them into HyperCosmos and let's just get our money out that way. Well, HyperCosmos requires more HUs. It requires recruiting. So it's not a resolution, because the resolution that you're looking for is to be made whole. Okay, so be able to get your money back. And as Sam said, we actually came onto this platform to get more than a one time. And just think about that. That's what's on his mind. He has in his mind, how can we come up with something to get them back more than their one times? Okay? The obligation is really only one time. That's the obligation. And the obligation is really only one time for those that didn't do a withdrawal, that didn't get anything out after they put in. I'm sure that there's probably several people, I don't know the percentages, whether it's half, 20%, 10%, or whatever, but I'm sure that there's several people that came on this call today that withdrew their one time, their 10 times, their 100 times, but they're still here on this call to figure out how they can get more. I know that there are people on that call like that. And as much as we love you, you are not our concern. But if you continue on with us down this journey, you may find that is a way for you to get more. But from everybody, we need your patience. We need your understanding to know that the table has turned and we're now on the road to figuring out, how this is going to end and how we're going to make everybody happy. Okay, that's the road that we're on. And that's the turn that we have taken, but we don't have the answers yet. We just started the car up. You start the car up, you got to sit there and let it warm up, because it's cold out, right? Everybody's cold and, hating on everybody and mad and angry and hurt, and it's understandable. But now we got Sam in the seat, okay? We got him in the vehicle right now. The car has started up and we're warming it up. And we're making sure that, there's enough gas in there. We're making sure that there's oil in there. We're making sure that the tires are on right. We're checking all this out, okay? In fact, what Sam is doing, he's making sure that it even has tires because he doesn't know, okay? Because no transparency has come to him. So he's trying to figure out, okay, what does this thing even look like? What do we even have here? So once we do all that, okay, we are going to, bring Sam back. Or you'll be hearing from leaders throughout the community, either on my call, other people's calls. You're going to be hearing more and more about this. Okay, we're not trying to hide Sam. Sam wanted to come to this meeting. He wanted to come to the meeting. I had to hold him back. He wants to go to the overall committee. I had to hold him back, saying, wait, nope, I ain't gonna let you do it. Do it. Okay, all right. So we had to hold him back. He wants to be out there. He wants to let everybody know that he's here to help. He is here to add value. Okay. And this man is brilliant. Okay. He is brilliant. And if anybody can help turn these tables and get us on the road to recovery, it is Sam. Okay. Not only is he brilliant, but he has a warm heart. He's a real person. Okay. A real person. And we need to understand that, and we need to respect that. He is a real person and he cares, and that's why he is here. All right. So hopefully that got across today. I know everybody's not going to leave here with the answers that they wanted, but we're going to come back again. And I'm not even saying that the next call is going to have all the answers, but the next call will be some more information that we'll be putting out to you in terms of what we're brainstorming. Okay. So it's a journey, ladies and gentlemen. It is a journey. And this journey has just begun. It started a while ago, but it has shifted. Now it's going down another road, okay? The road to recovery. Before we were going down the road to nowhere, or we didn't know where, okay? But now we're on the road to recovery, and we still have to determine, what's going to happen along this road. I'm sure there's going to still be some detours and construction and all that stuff going on this journey, but we're just asking you to bear with us. And if we're coming to you for information, we're coming to you for your patience, we're coming to you for your understanding, please offer that. Please offer that, because the alternative is that we can go behind the scenes, talk to Sam, come up with something and never even let you hear from him again. Didn't even have to let you know that we were talking to him. Okay. And we could very well say, well, you know what? This crowd is really rowdy. They're disrespectful. They don't understand what we're talking about. So Sam, let's just go in the back room and let's just figure this out. And we'll let them know when we're done. And they can keep going down the road, wanting something to happen, but it's never happening. And then when we finally come to a solution, we'll appear again. We could do that, but we don't want to do that. And Sam doesn't want to do that. He wants to take us all on this journey together while we figure this out together. All right, figuring this out together. But we need your patience, we need your understanding, we need your kindness, okay, and we need your respect. All right.
So, thanks, Tami. Sorry. Thanks, Sam. Sam, I have a request here for you, and it's for a few late individuals that come on. And if you have, say, a few words they're looking for, they're not asking you to do an interview, nothing. If you have anything to say to them at this moment, what would you say? And these are for the people that came on late. In a few words.
2013. 2012. Sorry, it is late here, by the way. But 2023 is a new year, and we're all coming into this new year to embrace hope, embrace new beginnings, and I do feel that although there's still an immense amount of frustration because, let's face it, the problem is still pending. But I'm on this journey now to be in a position to understand things properly in order to be helpful to everyone here. So, I just really appreciate the opportunity to have this be my, I believe, second call with the community. And that's all made happen because I got the support and the understanding from the leadership that have rallied and created this community to where it is today. So I'm sure together we'll be able to move mountains. I just first need to understand how these tools work first. So once there is a level of understanding, I'm sure there's going to be some great outcomes out the other end. Because, it's not like I came into this industry and only made money after discovering network marketing. No, I was really always here to try new things. And everything I've done up until this point before network marketing has actually been achieving a great outcome. So my objective and my intention of going down this journey with my oldest and most trusted business partners is because I do feel value from this kind of system to create the consensus necessary to create something big. Except, yes, it's big, but it also has created a lot of issues, a lot of problems for many of the people as well. So I'm sure there's a way we could fix this. What I need is some visibility so that I could apply pressure and drive an outcome for everyone here. So, is there anything else you want me to say? Anything specific I should hone in on?
No, I don't think so. I mean, that's to the point. The door is open. You're not gone. You're here. And that's the most important thing right now. Most important thing. And as Tami said, no one lost anything at all. We are working in a solution, and that's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Priya. Okay. All right. This opportunity to see more call. Thank you so much, Sam. You are amazing. Okay. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to see Sam on your call. Thank you so much. You're amazing. And I know that you are a powerful prayer warrior and believer in divine providence. Absolutely. Thank you, Crypto Nana. Yes. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, guys.